Cold weather edition. Hey guys, Crackshot 47 here. So here's the scenario, right? Your aircraft's down, you're in the snow, you're fucked, right? You're cold, you're freezing, your shit's everywhere. All right, where's your gear? Well, let's see what we got here. First of all, we're gonna revisit two fan favorites. And when I mean fan favorites, I mean a video that features two guns where, okay, a lot of people didn't care for the video. They thought, hey, you're bashing one gun, you're giving favoritism to the other. Here's the thing, guys. This is just for fun. This is just not even really a comparison. This is just an examination of two guns that I love, and I do love both of these guns. So let's revisit the Ruger 1022 takedown and the Henry AR-7. Let's get shooting. All right, guys, so we left both the AR-7 and the 1022 in the snow for a very long time. They both have ice accumulating all over them, both in their respective packages. So the AR-7 is self-contained within its stock, as we covered before when we did the other video on these guns. And the 1022 is in its own carrying case. It's kind of cloth. So even though it can get wet, it's going to be a lot easier to open. This guy is kind of frozen shut, so we're going to see if we can get this open. Yeah, it's got some ice in there. Hold on. Okay. So I'm having a little bit of issue. You see right here, there's some ice in there, kind of frozen shut, so just got to give it a little bit of love here, and there it is. All right. I'm going to set the butt plate down. Use our hands here. And we put together the meat of the gun. So this is the receiver with the magazine in it. Spare mag, and this is the barrel piece here that comes out. Okay. Goes on just like this, and it is a survival rifle. It's not necessarily a high-speed, low-drag tactical tack driver, but it is a survival rifle. You get a little bit of snow in here. One of the things with this gun, because of the way it's stored, sometimes in a cold weather environment like this, or a sandy or dirty environment, it's a little bit finicky to get together, but really a very simple gun, very robust, and it beats the 1022 in one respect. It takes up the smallest amount of space in your pack, so there's that. So this has a butt plate, keep the spare mag in there, self-contained. Yeah, it was frozen to the back there, so I had to kind of shake it to the front. It's good now. Yep, it's feeding. A little bit more finicky to get together, but once you do, it's a very solid platform. It's a very nice 22 platform, and this was designed for the United States Air Force for pilots as a survival rifle. A very nice rifle, very effective. We're going to see how it shoots after it's been sitting in the cold for several hours. All right, guys, we're not really going to be shooting for accuracy in this video. We're just going to be like testing functions. So put the gun together. It's been sitting in the cold for several hours, and see how it functions. The funny thing is, even though we're not shooting for accuracy, the rear sight back here is covered in ice, and it's kind of like self-contained in there, so there's a lot of ice. I can't really get a good sight picture, but I'm kind of guesstimating. Very nice, smooth shooter. Well, yeah, perfect function on this gun. The bolt does not lock back. That's a feature of the gun. That's not a bug. So, real quick, the charging handle is very nice because it's very compact. It just fits in there like that. You can pull it out and charge the weapon that way. Very, very simple. Very easy to use. Very easy to maintain. Mag release is right here, right in the trigger guard. So, grab here, pull down. Very, very easy and user-friendly. So, without further ado, we'll check out the 1022 and see how that does. All right, we got the 1022 takedown. I'm going to put this together really quick, but here's the body of the gun with the stock, magazine. Get the front end here, get the forward end of the rifle. This guy was a little bit, well, they were both pretty much just as protected. You got plastic for the AR-7, and for this guy, even though it's kind of like a cloth bag, so it's actually quite protected from the elements, although this gun is freezing cold. Now here, no ice buildup, thankfully, because no part of the gun, unlike this, was left in the ice and the snow, so it's a little bit easier to put together from that perspective. So, and putting the gun together is fairly simple. I showed it in the last video, but I'll show it again. To take the gun apart, you got to pull the bolt back on this particular guy here. Then you pull the bolt back, pull back on the takedown lever, turn it that way, so away from you, it comes right off. Similar operation. One second, there we go. Missing the hole there. So you put it on a slight angle, away from you if you're holding in this position, and towards you, there it is. And the bolt's back, the bolt goes back every time you do that, so don't forget. It gets a little bit complicated if you don't do that little step there. So we're going to load this magazine up. We're going to see how the 10-22 performs. My guess will perform about the same as the AR-7. Stellar, both excellent platforms, both very well tested by civilians and by the military, as well as civilians alike for the AR-7. So let's get shooting. Bolt is very responsive, and the sights are unobscured. Alright, so similar form, well, similar function anyway. Different in form, obviously. Two different rifles, two different operating systems. Two different sets of challenges. This particular gun's a little bit more difficult to get to because you have to open a bag up. But once you do, well, you don't have to worry about any part of the gun being frozen up like you would with the AR-7. However, the AR-7 is a very small package, very concealable, and very easy to carry on your person. And the magazine is already loaded in the gun prior to you putting the gun together and shooting it, so there's always that advantage. The sights for the 10-22 were unobscured, only because of the way we had this sitting in the snow and the ice buildup on the rear side of this, because the rear side is like semi-enclosed on the AR-7. We had a little bit of a hard time getting a sight picture. We weren't shooting for accuracy, but it's just kind of like a combination of environmental factors and design. So, like I said, no gun's better than the other, right? I don't want any more hate for this video. So, nah, I don't mind, guys. I like constructive criticism. But I do love both of these guns. They're very useful, and they're very well tested in all weather environments. Like I said, by civilians for the 10-22 for the most part, and even by the AR-7 underwent military testing as a survival rifle. So both of these platforms are very solid, and they're both highly recommended for me. Okay guys, as I said, both of these rifles are very thoroughly well tested in many spheres and come highly recommended from me, but we kind of want to do a round two as well. Now what we did the first time was we put them in basically from their takedown configuration in their respective cases, put the rifles together and shot them. For the most part, they were out of the elements, although they were sitting in the cold for several hours. And as you saw in the 10-22, there was a little bit of ice buildup there. But what we want to test out now is, okay, let's throw these in the snow, both weapons, and see how they perform. Both weapons are sitting in the snow right now at my feet, and they both have loaded magazines in them. There is no round in the chamber. We're going to chamber a round, we're going to fire off the magazine, we're going to see how both perform after being buried in the snow. Okay, welcome to the future, and here we are. We've got these rifles both still buried in the snow. We're going to uncover them. There we go, there's the Henry AR-7. Oh man, that's not good. Look at that, some ice there in the trigger guard, some crystals. Get that out of there. Okay, so far so good. Let's see if we have any issues with the... Yep, we're having some issues. Okay, so this is kind of a design flaw in this particular environment. Okay, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the AR-7. It's a great gun, but a little bit of a flaw. When you're in pretty cold temperatures and things freeze pretty quickly, you get parts like the charging handle here that recess that are a little bit harder to pull out. So this guy here is coming out, but it's a little bit stiff. Okay, it's out. All right, we're good. So now let's get this guy charged. Okay, looks like we had a round in the chamber, didn't realize that. All right, well, either way, we're gonna fire off the magazine, see how it performs. As I said, the rear sight is a little bit obscured here. Can't really see where I'm shooting, but I have a pretty good idea. Okay, so that was 7 shots for the AR-7 because we did have a round in the chamber. Magazine comes free pretty easy, no issues there. The gun does not lock back in the last round fired, so that's normal. So really good function, so not bad. Just a little hiccup there with the charging handle. So let's try the 1022. This guy on the snow. Now, yeah, this guy now is thoroughly entrenched in the elements, thoroughly baptized in the elements, so to speak. So let's see if there's any issues charging the weapon. There are no issues, but I might have got a little bit of snow in the chamber there. Let's see if that causes any issues. Okay, so good sight picture, firing. Okay, good. So, magazine's empty. Flawless performance, both guns were great. Honestly, no issues. There is one last thing I do want to try. We're going to try this with the magazines removed. They're going to be loaded magazines. We're going to keep them on our person, or on my person rather. I'm talking about the camera guy. I'm not doing this alone, but I'm the one shooting, so I'm going to keep this on my person. And we're going to basically dunk these in the snow and the ice, you know, with an open mag weld. See how it goes. All right. Make sure I don't lose the magazine here. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I'm going to play around with the charging handles here to see if I can get anything. Okay. This guy too. There we go. Oh man, how'd that happen? Oh no. See? This is definitely something that's not going to happen if you drop your gun in the snow. This is just for fun. Let's see if we have any hiccups. I'm just curious. Probably not, but just for fun. Let's try it out. All right, guys. Let's give this a shot. We'll start this time with the 1022. Got the magazines on my person. Oh. Okay, we got a problem here. Houston, we have a problem. Okay. There's no way, unless I pull this back and clean this stuff out. Okay. That's going to work. So, but, oh, see, that wasn't even a quick fix. Look at that. See? So the chamber is completely obstructed. If your bolt is open, you get ice and snow in here, you're going to have a bad day. It's not a realistic test, but it's pretty fun. So let's see if we can clear this enough just by using our hands, or using my hands here to clear this out. And then if we can clear this out using my hands, then we'll give it a shot. So as you can see there, I think we have a pretty well dug out. Oh, the chamber's filled. All right, enough to lock the mag in anyway. So let's see if I can get it in there. Nope, it's not seating. Okay. All right, we got a problem. This gun's pretty much not going to function on us, I think, unless I go in there with like, yeah, so the chamber is completely iced over. Get this, let me just blow in here on them. Okay, let's try, wow, dude, that's actually freezing in here. It's that cold. All right, I might be able to seat the mag in here. Yeah, okay, the mag is seated. There's still a chamber full of ice. Let's see if I can get around in here and fire it off. Okay, ready? Oh, that's not good.
Wonder if it chambered around.
We're gonna find out. Felt like it did, but might not have. No, it did not. Try that again. Keep in mind, guys, these guns are pretty much kept self-contained for a reason, you know. Either they have dust covers or they're meant to have the mag in the gun already. It prevents stuff like this from happening. This is not realistic at all, but this will happen with a firearm. Yep, there we go. So we got a malfunction there. A little bit of a failure to feed there.
Yeah, see if you can drive it home.
Okay, so we got a failure to feed.
Yeah.
It's not going in there really quick.
Wonder why.
Just lost a round. I was going to show you. So there's a lot of mangled. The round was kind of mangled when I pulled it out. The camera might have caught it. I wasn't able to catch the bullet in time when it fell out of the bottom of the chamber here. So we'll try with another round here to see if we can get one in the chamber here. But nope, failure to feed. Okay, so
is there ice in the chamber?
There is ice in the chamber. So I was hoping that
it
it was just snow in there. It was kind of like it was starting to freeze over in there, but I was hoping it was just snow. But it looks like we actually do have ice in the chamber.
It
is completely frozen. Keep in mind, this is from sitting in the snow for 5 minutes, open to the elements, right? That's why you keep your guns topped off, right? We're at least with an unloaded mag, okay? Make sure your weapon is not open to the elements, or you're going to have a bad time. Okay, so I'm going to try this one more time just to try to clean out the chamber and get it to fire. But right now, it's not looking very good for the 1022. We have a live round in the chamber. It's pretty stuck in there.
See if that drop the bolt on an empty mag.
Okay.
Yeah. It's highly unsafe. Don't do this at home.
Yep. So, ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to drop the bolt on a live round. There is a live round caught in here, so we're going to drop the bolt on it and see if it goes.
Yeah, it's a three-handed operation to get the bolt forward on this sucker. Yeah.
All right, we're good. So we're gonna pull the trigger again, see if it fires. Okay, we're good to go. Okay. Okay.
There's so much ice in there. There's so much ice in there you couldn't see there was a round in the chamber.
Yeah, there was so much ice in there. In fact, yeah, this thing is getting a little bit stiff. So we couldn't actually see if there was a round in the chamber once I blew it out of there. I was able to see the top of a live round in there, so that's probably why nothing was feeding from the magazine, because it fed the first time around and it couldn't feed anything more. All right, guys, just toss that in the snow. We're gonna go for the AR-7 now. This guy's been sitting there for a bit. So mag well, same kind of issue. Here, let's just clean that out. So, okay, the bolt's moving pretty fluid now, so there's no issues with it sticking in the in its recessed position. So, fuck it, let's try it. It's not going to seat though. Yeah, it's seated. It actually did. It's not going to work though. Yeah. Like I said, when you get stuff in the gun, your gun's not going to work. So let's take that out again. And we do have a round in the chamber. It's just what it was. You see here, you notice this? It won't close all the way. There's some ice and snow in there that's blocking the bolt from going in the lock position. So I'm going to try to... Okay, that's not really going to work. So let's just... Oh. Let me get my camera guy to hold his hand out here so save this round here. Yeah, most expensive. And we'll try this again. What's happening is there's some ice in the mag well. And when I'm pushing the mag in, it's pushing it up into the chamber. So it's just refilling it with ice. So I'm going to... Okay, I think we're... Yeah, you know what it is? There's some ice right there. And it's not letting the bolt go home entirely. Okay, so let's try it. That was a little bit smoother this time, so. Yeah. Same problem. Put the mag in my pocket for a second, we'll take a look. Extract all the way, so it's stuck in there a little bit, so I'm just going to figure the round out. Jeez. I don't have a little tool in here. Let's see. Up. Let's see if that worked. Nope. Nah, this thing's pretty much thoroughly iced in. So, yeah, this one's not even extracting anymore fully. So, there is a round in the chamber. Okay. Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah, the AR-7 choked. 10-22 almost choked, but we were able to basically get it running again. Like I said, this isn't really a ding on either of these guns. This is something that neither of these particular rifles are going to encounter in the wild. I mean, who the hell is going to basically have their rifle with no magazine in it sitting in the snow? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. So, yeah, this is just for fun, guys. Got one to choke. The other one kind of limped its way through, but overall I thought it was fun. It was a good test, you know. Kind of a homage to two very historic 22 caliber rifles. So I want to thank you guys for coming out today. It's pretty cold out here. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think of the videos. Give me suggestions for follow-on videos, and let me know how you like this. Thank you very much. Crackshaw 47 out.